Check out the links in my description for more information, for more resources. Check out the podcast. Check out the Facebook groups. Just check out the links. There's a lot of great stuff there. Comment, rate, subscribe, share, like, dislike, whatever you want to do. This is my Hatchhyack 30K plus deck. 1 copy of the leader. 4 Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Prismatic Burst. 4 Super Saiyan 4 with Gogeta toward the Dark Empire. 4 MicroRecords Absorb. 4 Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta toward the Dark Empire. 4 30Ks Goku Skillers. 4 Oceanus. 4 Finn Cohesion Incarnate. 4 Further Destruction Champa. 4 E Supreme Kai. 4 Goku The Adventure Begins. 4 4-Star Ball. 4 Instant Transmission Tensei Kamehameha. 4 Power Burst. 4 Super Saiyan 4 Broly Prismatic Burst. And 4 Mirror Dimensional Superpower. As you can see, we got a good amount of 35 and 30Ks in the deck. And we got some unisons that can obviously get their power up to 30K plus. For 4 energy, you can give this 4 markers and turn this into a 30K beast stick on your turn. This you can get it to with just 3 cards in your warp. You can get this to 30K. Obviously, the idea is to get it stronger. And one way you do that, obviously, is to overwhelm. Whether it's the Vegeta overwhelm or the MicroRecords Absorb overwhelm. Thing you definitely want to do is you want to combine the MicroRecords Absorb with the Mirror Dimensional Superpower, because they'll both be really, really strong. So definitely want to take advantage of that. So obviously you overall MicroRecords Absorb, so you can get the stuff, the stuff in your drop into the warp, and then he'll be really strong. You can get him up 50K plus, swinging at your opponent. As long as they don't have a blocker negate, your attack pretty much will go through. And of course, we got the Champa and E Supreme Kai to combo with it, so you can double strike and go for game that way. The other thing you can do obviously is Mirror to get them really strong, right? And then play your Unison for 3 energy, because it will cost just 1 energy. Play this, so you could do this on turn 4. Play this for 1 energy. Play this for 3. That way, it has 3 markers, because it needs to have 3 markers in order to attack. Because if it has 2 or less markers, it can't attack. So you want it to have 3 markers. So you'll play for 3. Swing with it. Has a -2 active battle ability, where you can -2 markers off of it. So you can get 5K power for the battle for each card in your warp. So since you have 3 markers, you swing with it. So you can swing because you have 3 markers, then -2, so then end up with 1 marker. And that's how you bypass the permanent of this unison, and get a pretty strong attack out there. It'll be almost it'll be secondarily strong compared to Mirror, because of course Mirror starts off as a base 30K, while this starts off as a base 15K. So it's gonna be 15K weaker than the Mirror, but still good enough. It'll at least be there to do some damage. The other possibility, of course, is if you can manage it, manage to play another Mirror after the fact, and then for 3 energy, and then swing -2, and get another very powerful attack. So there's potential there. I mean, even just having stuff in your warp overwhelm, and you have 6 energy, you can do this and go off. You can play this obviously with the Vegeta, because the Vegeta, when you play it, you overwhelm, and he is already 30K crit, so you already can deal your opponent some damage just by being 30K alone. All these being 30K plus alone, it's going to make it hard for your opponent to out combo. So all you have to worry about is blockers and negates, because these attacks are going to be so high that your opponent's going to need a minimum of 20 combo power to try to stop each and every one of your 30K plus attacks. A minimum of 20K, which means obviously they'll end up having to use more if you're turning these 30Ks into 40Ks. That's where the Champas and the East Supreme Kais come in. And even just using the 4-star balls, you can easily get the attacks beyond 30k. So that's why it's 30k plus, and make it harder for your opponent to out combo, which means the attacks are more likely to land, which is the ultimate goal, to land your attacks. Since there's some overwhelming here, we obviously have the 10 times command mana to help us put stuff back in our drop, so that way we can, try to overwhelm more than once if need be. Of course, we got the Gojitas. We have the targets for them is the skillless Goku, which is a Goku Zeno, and the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Born in the Dark Empire, is a Vegeta Zeno. So these are the materials to play these bad boys out. We do have red cards for red energy for our Gogeta, Prismatic Burst to do the burn effect, so we can use that as a win con. He's quadruple strike. This thing has triple attack, so they're win cons as well as Mirror's a win con. The Unison, and just any of these 30k swing at your opponent. Obviously, since we have the 30k skillless, obviously the 4-star balls essentially become super combos when we use it with our skillless battle card. But if we give it double strike, remember you will lose. You will only get 5k power from the 4-star balls if you give the skillless double strike. But if you don't give it double strike, obviously it'll be 10k boost, so you can easily get it to 40 to 50k off of 2 4-star balls. And of course, Oceanus for defense, Finn for board wipe, Goku to obviously be our 4-star ball engine, so we can have the endless combo strategy and have something to help us against hand control. It gives us something that we can discard for Oceanus. Discard, that's it, just for Oceanus. We could, potentially use it for instant transmission 10 seconds command mana in order to add it back from our drop to our hand if we want to get it back. But typically, we'll just use this for Oceanus and obviously to power up our skillless and use it defensively. These are 4-star ball defensively. Mirror, obviously to go tall, and everything here is relative to go tall. The Vegeta does have the ability that when you play this, when this card attacks, choose any number of your opponents, and he does have create opponents battle cards that add up to the total energy cost of 4 or less, and send them to the owner's warp. So that's obviously useful. So you can get rid of two drops or 4 1-drops, a 1-drop 3-drop, or a 4-drop by itself. So different combinations you can do. Obviously, it's decent. It's good enough. At least you can use it to try to get rid of a blocker or blockers. So there's a bit of board wipe in that. And the Goku second active main, you pay 2. Essentially, it is black. You can play a skills battle card from your deck or drop, and we got the Goku for that because Goku is a 3-drop, and this does 3-drop or less. So we have that synergy. Obviously, the power burst are free negate by having 5 or more cards in a drop. We take a life on that. Play this, and this can grab our 1-drop battle card from our drop or warp, and Goku eventually begins as a target for that. Broly does have the -1 ability where you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost greater than their current energy and send it to the owner's warp. So there is at least that. So there's a bit of spot removal. So obviously something you can do with this is play Finn for 2. Your opponent's going to choose one of the battle cards to keep, and then the rest of their battle cards get warped. Then play this for 2, right? And then -1 marker off of it to warp the battle card they chose to try to keep in play, and then you have 2 15Ks you can swing at your opponent with. So, something to keep in mind. And let's see what this does. You may choose one card from your hand, send it to warp, and you may draw a card. So this obviously can help you filter out your deck as well as you can feed your warp. So this can be used obviously as a draw engine. can obviously play this as soon as turn 1 and start doing the warp thing, get it to 2 markers. That way on turn 2, when you do its effect again, he'll be 3 markers and you can attack with him on turn 2. Yeah, turn 2. So something to keep in mind, and that's the end of the video.